You're the kind of person who knows a little bit about everything, yet somehow never feels truly great at any one thing. You're constantly pulled toward new ideas. One day you're reading about astronomy, a few days later you're learning video editing, and in a single afternoon you can go deep into something completely unfamiliar, like hydroponic systems. From the outside, it might look like you're unfocused, but deep down, you know that's not true. You're not lazy. You just can't force yourself to stay with something once it stops feeling interesting. And this isn't just a personal feeling. In modern psychology, there's a trait called openness to experience. It describes people who are naturally drawn to novelty, ideas, and variety. People high in this trait tend to learn better when they explore across multiple fields instead of staying in just one. So what you've been seeing as a flaw might actually be a different kind of strength, one you were never taught how to use. The way your brain works isn't broken, it's just different. And once you understand that, everything starts to feel less confusing. Take a step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. We live in a culture that rewards specialization. From a young age, you're expected to pick a path, choose a field, and stick with it long enough to become something. But not everyone is wired that way. There's a type of person often called the multi-potentialite, someone who thrives on exploring many different interests. This isn't just a personality quirk, it reflects how your brain processes information. While specialists tend to go deep into one domain, you're naturally drawn to connections across different ones. You're not looking for repetition, you're looking for synthesis. What excites you isn't mastering one thing forever, but seeing how different ideas connect and influence each other. That's also why you feel energized at the beginning of something, but lose momentum later. From a neuroscience perspective, your brain's reward system responds strongly to novelty. New experiences trigger dopamine, which creates excitement and motivation. But once something becomes familiar, that stimulation fades. That doesn't mean you lack discipline. It means your brain has already extracted what it finds most valuable and is now seeking something new to grow from. At the same time, your thinking tends to be more lateral. Your neural connections are flexible, allowing you to combine ideas from different fields. This is the foundation of creativity and innovation. The real problem isn't how you function. It's that you've been trying to force yourself into a system that doesn't match how your mind is designed. And when you do that, you burn out. So instead of trying to change who you are, you need a system that works with your nature. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just start with something small. Instead of trying to finish everything you begin, choose one main project for your current phase. Just one. It doesn't have to be perfect or long-term. It just needs to give you a temporary point of focus. Your other interests aren't abandoned. They're simply set aside on purpose. This is the idea of working in cycles. You allow yourself to move through phases. Each phase has a primary direction, while still leaving room for curiosity to exist without disrupting your progress. Another common issue is the urge to act on every new idea immediately. That creates constant mental pressure. A simple solution is to keep a waiting list for your ideas. Whenever something new comes up, write it down instead of jumping into it right away. That small action reassures your brain that the idea won't be lost. It makes it easier to return to what you're currently working on without feeling distracted. Another shift is how you think about work and career. Instead of trying to find one job that fulfills all your interests, separate the two. Let your job provide stability, and build a personal ecosystem of projects that feeds your curiosity. In today's world, the ability to connect ideas across different fields is becoming more valuable than ever. People who can integrate knowledge from multiple domains often create insights that specialists alone cannot. But it's important to be clear about one thing. There is a line between being a multi-potentialite and having attention-related difficulties like ADHD. If your constant switching feels uncontrollable, creates strong anxiety, or interferes with basic functioning, it might be something deeper that needs attention. But in many cases, what you're experiencing is not a lack of ability, it's a different cognitive structure. And this is the most important part. You may have spent years thinking you were falling behind. You see others going deep in one direction while you move across many. But your value doesn't come from depth in a single path. It comes from your ability to see the bigger picture. The next time you feel like you're quitting, ask yourself one simple question. Did I actually quit, or did I get what I needed from it? Sometimes finishing doesn't mean reaching the end. Sometimes finishing means understanding what mattered. You're not a straight line. You're an ecosystem. And in an increasingly complex world, the ability to connect and synthesize ideas is becoming one of the most valuable skills there is. You're not lost, you're exploring. And the world needs people like you,